Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, Barakata. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone that rule well, and peace and salutations to Yakim out there pushing this word and truth. This is the Brother Rai with another video, and I'm going to be using an article from the WashingtonPost.com titled, "This is Heartbreaking. Lava Destroys More Structures on Hawaii's Big Island." And all these are just the beginning of sorrows, so you should already see where this video is heading. Got a little footage of this lava. Less than a week ago, Leilani Estates was the picture of serenity on Hawaii's Big Island, a subdivision in the island's eastern Puna district filled with wooden homes nestled in tropical plant-filled lots. The latest eruption of the island's most active volcano changed everything, and this brings me to my first scripture in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. I'm going to start at verse 1. "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you," because we're keeping in these scriptures and seeing that all these things that are coming to pass is just a fulfillment of prophecy. But the point is in verse 2, "For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night." And as it said, less than a week ago, Leilani Estates was the picture of serenity on Hawaii's Big Island. These people didn't expect this to happen. They were probably planning to drink some mimosas on the beach. But then, the latest eruption of the island's most active volcano changed everything. Now these people are fleeing for their lives. And as it said, it happened as a thief in the night. And I pray for that brother in the GMS Hawaii camp out there for his safety. Shortly after Kilau erupted Thursday, the ground split open on the east side of Leilani Estates, exposing an angry red beneath the lush landscape. From the widening gash, molten rock burbled and splashed, then shot dozens of feet in the air. The Hawaii County Civil Defense Agency called it active volcano fountaining. Some residents insisted it was Pele, the Hawaiian volcano goddess, coming to reclaim her land. And this brings me to Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 19. "O Yahweh, my strength and my fortress, and my refuge in the day of affliction, the Gentiles, the heathen Gentiles that have no hope for salvation, shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, Surely our fathers have inherited lies, such as Pele, the Hawaiian volcano goddess, vanity and things wherein there is no profit." And when Yahushai returns and starts putting the work to these heathens, these people are going to learn that all they have inherited from their fathers is lies and vanities and false gods, that the only true power is the power of Yahweh. Where's I at? Residents were ordered to flee amid threats of fires and extremely high levels of dangerous sulfur dioxide gas. Soon another such fissure had formed a few streets to the west, then another and another. From the vents, hot steam and noxious gas rose before magma broke through and splattered into the air. As of Monday morning, 10 such fissure vents were reported in the neighborhood, and at least 26 homes and another 9 structures had been destroyed. That number could change, Hawaii County spokeswoman Janet Schneider told the Associated Press. "This is heartbreaking." But if you're in this truth, you know there's nothing heartbreaking about this, because not only is this just the beginning of sorrows, but as it says in Job chapter 4, verse 7, "Remember, I pray thee, who ever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off?" Anything bad that happens in this world is just a judgment for what somebody did in their previous life, because as it said, who ever perished being innocent, because reincarnation or regeneration is biblical. The U.S. Geological Survey said some of the lava was shooting 330 feet into the air, higher than the tip of the Statue of Liberty torch. That's ridiculous. That just shows the power of Yahweh Bashem, Yahushai. The fissures are forming along a northeast-southwest line in the Rip Zone, and not all of the older fissures are actively spewing lava, said Wendy Stovall of volcanologist with the USGS. As the eruption progresses, there will become a preferred pathway for the magma to go through, Stovall said. Some of the outer vents along this fissure line will start to close up and congeal because the lava is going to essentially harden. Once that happens, lava fountains from the remaining open vents can shoot even higher, reaching up to 1,000 feet, Stovall said, so it can go from bad to worse in the blink of an eye. More outbreaks are likely to occur along the rift zone, officials said. Salakia brothers. Drone footage showed lava spouting along the fissures that had formed, creeping toward Leilani Estates' homes and leaving lines of smoldering trees in their wake. The flows destroyed or cut off several trees in the neighborhood, typically home to about 1,700 people, before most of them evacuated last week. Meanwhile, over the past few days, some photographers have followed the fissures, posting dramatic photos and videos of lava spattering into the air or oozing across roads. Officials have urged everyone to leave Leilani Estates, where a mandatory evacuation order remains in force. Salakia. Being in Hawaii and being around lava, you get used to the way it behaves, and so you kind of become comfortable around it, Stovall said. The lava flows are mesmerizing to see. I understand why people want to see them, but it's not advisable. It's a dangerous situation. And as it said, for residents in Hawaii being around lava for so long, they think it's a mesmerizing thing to watch. But just as a thief in the night, now they're fleeing for their lives and wondering whether their loved ones or their pets or their livelihoods have been destroyed in the chaos. The county civil defense agency put it more bluntly in an advisory Sunday. Please, the residents of Leilani need your help by staying out of the area. This is not the time for sightseeing. The agency announced Sunday that certain Leilani Estates residents might be able to return briefly to their homes to retrieve pets, medicine, or important items left behind, but would need to leave immediately afterward because of the very unstable conditions of air quality and of the roads. This is a very fast-moving situation, Hawaii County Mayor Harry Kim told Hawaii News Now. This is unfortunately not the end, but just the beginning of sorrows. When Kili'au erupted Thursday, it sent fountains of lava gushing out of the ground and billowing clouds of steam and volcanic ash into the sky on the eastern side of the island. 3 days later, some residents there continued to suffer through a triple whammy of threats. From below, lava has spewed forth from an increasing number of fissures that have opened up in the ground, oozing toward homes. Several earthquakes, including the strongest to hit Hawaii in more than 4 decades, have jolted the Big Island's residents, some as they were in the midst of evacuating. Timblors have rattled the Big Island at regular intervals over the past several days, including 18 between 6 p.m. Sunday and midnight local time. Another struck early Monday. It's very recently. It's an ongoing process. And in the air, noxious fumes from the volcano are what officials say could be the greatest threat to public health in the wake of its eruption. And that brings me to Amos chapter 5. I'm going to start at verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of Yahweh. To what end is it for you? The day of Yahweh is darkness and not light. And this is mainly talking about you crazy Christians out there, such as you Roman Catholics and you Jehovah's Witness, who are thinking that the return of the Messiah is going to be peaches and cream. But as it said, woe unto you that desire the day of Yahweh. You're in for a rude awakening, especially if you're not an Israelite through your father's side. But here's the point. As if a man did flee from a lion, such as that volcano erupting and and those magma flows, and a bear met him, now they got to worry about those noxious poisonous gas fumes, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. And this is mainly talking about the time of Jacob's trouble, but what's happening now is leading into Jacob's trouble, so it's you can see a corollary between it. But as you can see, just from this point on, it's going to get worse and worse. people are going to escape one calamity just to fall into an even worse calamity. And unless you're a part of the elect or the righteous one-third, you've got no hope. You're going to know a death by pain. Let me see about that. After the eruption Thursday, the island shook at regular intervals, but especially about midday Friday, a 5.6 magnitude quake hit south of the volcano about 11:30 a.m., followed about an hour later by a 6.9 magnitude tremblor, according to the Geological Survey. The latter was felt as far away as Oahu and struck in nearly the same place as a deadly 7.4 magnitude earthquake in 1975, according to the Geological Survey. Videos posted to social media showed homes visibly shaking, items clattering to the floor at supermarkets, and waves forming in swimming pools as the quakes rattled. I think the whole island felt it, said Corey Chong, who was in her bedroom with her foster dog Monty when the earthquake struck, frightening both of them. Even though Chong lives in the Hamakua coast, about an hour north of the earthquake's epicenter, the shaking in her room was so violent that it caused furniture to move and glass to shatter. David Burlingame, who lives about 2 miles west of Leilani Estates, told the Washington Post that he and a friend ran outside when the earthquake hit and watched my house shake back and forth. Everybody is kind of on edge, Burlingame said Saturday, of both the potential for additional earthquakes and the unpredictability of the lava flows. The worst part is kind of waiting to see, because you really never can tell what can happen. I got a video right here. And this is just baby stuff compared to what's about to happen. And I'm gonna close it off in Matthew chapter 24, start at verse 6.